All right, so in this video, I'm going to show you a whole new different type of invoice that we haven't seen before, and I really think that you're going to like this type of invoice, okay? And this is what's called an ascending invoice, and I'm going to go through and show you how to actually create them and then show you how they actually work. But before I do that, I just kind of want to explain to you what they are and how you can actually use them, okay? So an ascending invoice is an invoice that the price goes up for based on the people who actually purchase the product. So for example, whenever I did my Zapier training, okay, I did a Zapier training course, and before I actually decided to go in and do the Zapier training course, I went to Facebook and I pre-sold the course. And what that means is I just went to Facebook and I asked all my Facebook friends, and I was like, hey, you know, I'm a certified Zapier expert. If you guys would like me to do a Zapier training so that you yourself can become a certified Zapier expert and you yourself can actually understand Zapier very well and you can become a Zapier ninja, just let me know. And if enough people are actually interested, then I'll go in and actually create a course. So after that, I had a bunch of people comment on the post. And as you probably know, just because somebody comments on your Facebook post that they're interested in something doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to purchase it. So after I made that post, then what I did is I went in and created an ascending invoice, and I sent it out to everybody that said they were interested. And I told them, I was like, look, you said you were interested in my Zapier training course. So if you're interested in it, then here's an invoice. It starts at $1, and I'm going to increase the price by $1 for every single person that signs up. So you can get to my course right now for $1 if you're the first person. If you're the second person, you're going to pay $1 or $2. If you're the third person, you're going to pay $3. If you're the 17th person, you're going to pay $17, because every time somebody buys the course, it's going to go up by $1. I'm going to collect my initial beta group like that, and then whenever I'm done doing the actual course, I'm going to sell it for $9.97 is what I'm going to sell it for. So you can get in right now for $1 if you're the first one. All right. So that's what I did. That's what I did, and you would really be surprised. I'm going to go in and show you how much money that I made it. I think it's like $18,000 that I made doing that. I'm going to show you exactly how much money that I made. All right. Because I had 187 people purchase that course like that from an ascending invoice. All right. So I'm going to show you how much money that I made here just by doing this. And this is going to be 1 plus this guy. And this guy is going to be equal to this guy plus this guy. All right. And then, like I said, I got 187 people that actually signed up through this ascending invoice, and they knew that the price was going to be $9.97 whenever I was done with the course. So I had 187 people sign up, and this is the total amount of money that I was able to make with that ascending invoice. Now remember, the highest person only paid $187. I still made $17,000 on a course that didn't even exist yet, that I was going to go in and actually create. So I used the ascending invoice to pre-validate the course to see, is it actually worth my time to go in and spend, 20 hours in making this actual course. All right. So hopefully you understand the concept of an ascending invoice. We're going to go ahead and create one right here. All right. So I'm just going to give it a name called test. So what you'll do is you'll select how do you want the invoice to ascend? How do you want the price to go up? Do you want it to go up in a fixed dollar amount, or do you want to raise it a percentage? I'm going to use a fixed dollar amount. If you want a percentage, it's going to be everything's going to be the same. You're just going to change percentage. I want a fixed dollar amount, and I'm going to raise the price for every one product sold. If you want to raise the price every 7 products that sell, you put a 7 in there. If you want to raise the price every time 5 people purchase, put a 5 in there. Okay. I want to raise it every time one person purchases it, and I want to raise it by $1. Okay. And this is exactly what I did. This is exactly what I did for my Zapier training course. Okay. All right. Just like this. This is pretty much exactly what I did for that invoice, all right? So now I'm gonna create that invoice here. Now I have this Zapier training course. I'm gonna grab my invoice link here. Now here's my invoice link. This is my ascending invoice. You can see it starts at $1 right here, all right? So it starts at $1. I'm gonna go ahead and buy it right now. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a payment. All right, so now that's been purchased. So now I purchase it. And now what I'm going to actually do, I need to log back into Invoicing You. And I'm gonna go right back to this ascending invoice here. And then I'm gonna go back to my Zapier training course, ascending invoice. And you will see that now the price is actually $2, all right? So if I go in and buy it again, all right, so now I'm gonna make payment again. And you can see now I've paid, and it's $2 that I've actually paid. And now if I go to the invoice again for the next person who wants to purchase this, well then guess what? Now it's $3, okay? So now you can see what's happening here with the sending invoice. Every time somebody actually pays this invoice, the price is going up $1. And it's doing that because that's how I created the invoice, okay? If you want to change how it operates, you can change how it operates, all right? So all you're going to do is, again, you're just going to go into your sending invoice. You're going to give it a name. You're going to select how do you want the price to increase. Do you want it to increase by a fixed dollar amount, or do you want it to increase by a percentage every time? You're going to tell me how often. You're going to say how often, how many orders does it take to get the price to increase. I picked 1. If you want to pick 100 or whatever you want to pick, you put it in there. How much do you want it to increase? Do you want it to increase by $1, or do you want it to increase by 1%? Do you want it to increase by $10 or 10%? And then you're just going to literally put in the line items that you want. The subscription, if you want a subscription, you can make a subscription here, okay? But I want you to notice that you're not going to be able to pick from any of your subscriptions that exist already. This process is going to actually create a new subscription, because what's going to happen is it's going to create a new product with a bunch of different pricing plans, because every time somebody purchases, remember that subscription amount is also going up every time somebody purchases. All right. And then you're just going to give the tax and a memo, and that's it. You're done. And just like that, you've got an ascending invoice that every time somebody actually purchases, you can see 2 people have already actually signed up. The current price is $3, and the price inflates to $4 after 1 more order, okay? So that's the sending invoice. It's really great for pre-selling your stuff. If you're a course creator and you don't want to spend, 20, 30, 40 hours creating your course because you don't know if anybody's actually interested in it, guess what? Create an ascending invoice, put it at some low price, tell people what the final price is going to be whenever you're done, and let your audience tell you whether or not it's worth your time to go in and build that course. Pre-sell it before you actually have a course. Go in and actually pre-sell that course and get your audience to tell you that, hey, it's actually worth your time. All right. And if they don't want to buy it, if they don't think it's worth your time, then obviously don't go in and create the course, because you're going to spend a whole lot of time and then people aren't actually going to buy it. So it's been really, really useful for me in the very few courses that I've created. I've went in and actually pre-sold them. And like I showed you with my Zapier course, I made over $17,000 from sending invoices on my Zapier course before I ever created the very first module in the course. I had already collected $17,000 before I even started my actual course. All right. So that is everything that you need to know about the ascending invoice.